Okay, so here we go. We are
Progress.
okay. We are recording on Foundations Friday on February 11th, and we're going to cover evaluation thing through an app that Naomi will go over with us, and then actually show you some really good ways of using the landing page that will generate good types of leads for you versus just people who just see a property and all that. So let's start out with Naomi. So why don't you come over here, be in the camera.
No,
And
you
she
can do
will-
it on your phone. You can do it on your phone.
She will walk you through this. Yep, so get your phone out.
So so everybody get your phone out, because this is something you're gonna do on your phone. And this is something I do on a pinch when I don't have my computer with me. And I want to know if I'm going through somebody's house or whatever, I want to know the houses that I've sold around the area. It's like a quick CMA that we're gonna do, but on your phone. So so what you're gonna do is you're gonna send an email to, ready? CMA at cloudcma.com. I'm gonna wait for email. He's still trying to find his phone.
Sorry, can you say it again?
Yeah, CMA at cloudcma.com.
And we just.
So hold on, don't jump.
I'm like, slow down and I'm like.
Slow down.
Yeah, we have
going
email
too
here. We have to
fast.
wait.
Yeah, CMA at cloud, CMA.
Yeah, like you're sending an email to somebody. You're doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the subject, you're gonna put the client's name. Let's say you're like, oh, this is the Smith's family. This is a Smith house. So on the subject, you write Smith or whoever the client is, so you can remember the report.
Bossy.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, you can do that.
Do I just click the first one? Oh, you're doing it on your email?
It's an email. You're sending an email to you're sending an email.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Get your phone out and it's your email app.
We're waiting for Maggie.
Now we're waiting for Maggie.
Email, you're step ahead.
People.
Emo is ahead of Maggie.
Words mean things.
CMA at cloudcma.com. So the subject is your client, and the body, on the body, put in the address.
What body?
Like the body of the email, like you're sending, hi, hello, Bob. You just put the address, put the address of the property. Any address that you guys want to do.
I'll put my home address.
Yeah, you can put your home address.
So welcome to my world of teaching every week.
I would be like, I would like to have you at 8:30 so I can get you ready.
Yes.
And the meeting's at 9.
Pretty
Just
much.
kidding, Emo. I give him a hard time all the time.
Oh, no, really?
And the
Yeah,
subject was
I'm
what?
caught up.
The client?
Okay,
Not really person.
Name,
Okay,
just
so
so you
once-
know- so you know what it's coming from.
yeah, okay, so
Okay.
you got it. Once you do that, go ahead and send it. So you're gonna send that. Oh, I hear two. Wait, do I hear everybody? Can you imagine? Can you imagine how the sounds are on? So what you're gonna get is a CMA. They will do it for you. Oh wait, Maggie still, you haven't sent it? In the body, the subject
Subject
is
is
the
the
client.
Yeah.
And then the body is, yeah, I know, it's kind of weird for me too, because you're used to doing it backwards, but no.
Goes
yeah.
to Bossy and me, homie at 540.
Okay, so you're gonna get back. And let me know when you guys get it. You're
Got it.
gonna get, got it?
Yep.
Okay, so got it. So
And go
he
to
got
live
it.
view.
Yeah, when you go to live view, it's a quick, you'll see
I
a
didn't
quick,
get it.
you didn't get it?
No.
I didn't.
Okay,
It
so,
takes a couple seconds.
no,
it takes a
it
couple
just,
seconds.
let's wait.
I got
You-
notice it was sent.
Okay, so now go to your inbox. Make sure it's not there, or is there?
Who sold Walnut Acres number 2? Is that you?
No, I was,
Number 10.
Number 10.
I did.
Oh, okay, because you just got a voice.
You got
Did
staging
get
it,
too?
yeah, okay, I'll go over that with them. You got staging items and stuff in there that says,
What?
I'll read to you in a minute.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Jeez, this, you guys are
I'm just
terrible,
a
this
fifth
case.
wheel that hangs around.
Okay, so did everybody get it though?
Yeah,
No,
How come Dave's the only one that got it?
got it.
You got it?
Okay, good.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 3. Anybody else? Anybody?
Maybe it didn't.
But it comes across with your resume, our company, what is the CMA, sellers, what is the
Wait a
MLS?
minute, does it have to be from our white grid email? Or does it
No,
matter?
just regular, right?
It's regular email.
Yeah, whatever,
Okay.
Whatever
you-
email you have on
My personal.
Paragon.
Oh, so yeah, it's the one, okay, so that's why I didn't.
Oh, you got a lot of emails, okay.
Okay, wait a
Yeah,
minute. you're on
I
Sarah.
do.
Whatever
No, no,
email
I'm
is
not-
on-
no, no,
whatever
no.
your email is for
Maggie,
Paragon.
yeah, I'm not confusing
That
you.
makes sense.
It's
That's
whatever
okay.
email is, yeah,
Okay,
because
okay.
it's pulling the sold, it's pulling your comps, basically.
See, this is just my,
I have a ton
No,
of
no,
emails.
mine didn't.
CMA@cloudcma.com. Yeah,
Let me just make sure I sent it to the right place. Let me see, let me go send.
just hasn't returned, that's all.
yeah, you haven't
CMA
received,
at cloudcma.com, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Is this your inbox?
Yeah, exchange.
Let's see,
How come it shows that it went through my cloud?
As you
Because on my
said,
regular email, it doesn't show it, but it shows that it went through my cloud. I wonder if I received it in my cloud. I don't know how to get things in my cloud. Let me try.
me either.
it's tied to the email that you have on Paragon, though.
I'm so bad.
But that's the.
Did it work for you, Alex,
that's
this time,
my
Ally?
email.
Your
I
email,
just-
and this
I
is
just
the one?
sent it right away.
And it's
Okay,
451
Yeah,
Like-
5414.
541 4th Street?
Yeah.
Did you see
First
the-
Street. did I
Oh,
put
first, you,
Doesn't matter,
is it first or fourth?
it's fourth.
Okay, fourth.
I try to remember where I live, I can find it.
Oh, I got it now.
You got it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe there is no
And then in
541
PDF.
first.
I do live view,
They said live view.
do live view,
Live view, okay.
yeah. So did you see this, the presentation thing, Naomi?
No, I haven't seen that.
So if you hit if you're in the live view.
Wait to see if you get,
hit
wait,
start
to get it, wait to get
presentation,
it.
that takes you through, so it does resume,
Oh, yeah, okay.
our company,
So it's like the CMA,
yep,
the first couple pages where it talks about us, our company, and who you are, right?
Smartest way to sell home, it shows you the comps. gives
Yeah.
you a breakdown there, nice average
Yeah.
pricing.
Yeah.
This would be nice, could have used it,
I had to.
I mean, we were prepared, but hadn't been prepared. could have
That's what I
used
mean,
it.
when you're, yeah, when somebody calls you and you don't have access to your computer and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what has sold in your area. I don't even know what the average home sale is.
Yeah.
It's nice for you to send it to yourself really quick, open up your email and at least have
Very nice.
Right.
numbers in your head
A
versus
rough number,
a
yes.
rough versus I have nothing. But I also, when I'm doing comps, I do this too. I cross-reference this, the RPR, and then my own comps. And I just try to make sure, okay, the houses are the same that I have. I just cross-reference all of
Well,
them.
I think the other thing that it really shows too is when if you're with a client and you didn't plan on a meeting and they say, gosh, what is this?
What is it
my
worth?
house
Yeah.
or This house down here really worth? And they,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
that
go,
would be
whoa,
nice if I
he's
was
in, she's informed.
Yeah,
He's
it's easy for
informed.
you, like, let me,
That would
while
be
we,
worth.
while we talk, you can send yourself the CMA and then afterwards say, well, let's see,
Yeah.
it just looks like we're ready.
Except mine isn't coming up. but
The other option, the other thing that I was gonna show you guys is,
But that was.
I was like, I'll do it for you.
okay, the other, oh,
So sorry. Oh, you guys go ahead.
okay, the other thing I was gonna show you guys is, Emo and I have our digital, business card. It's a business card. So when you guys are talking to your clients, a new person, and so after we get off the phone from them, we send them our digital business card.
How do you do it?
You have to sign up for it, but it's only like
Okay.
35 a year.
Oh, I hear.
Yeah, it's 35 for the whole year. And I thought it was worth it because it gives them a QR code. And when you send it, it looks really cool. When you send it via text, it says, hi, I'm Emo. Here's my digital business card. And what they do is they scan it and it saves the data into their phone
Well, I
right
can-
away.
And when I'm on the text, Stephen, I can just click it and
Yeah.
put it in my text.
While he's on the phone, he'll send it to them.
Yeah, send it.
He'll
to
say,
them,
here's my
and
contact information. And then they save it into your phone right
And we
away.
do that through how? Through where?
The website is Blink. It's,
BLINQ.
yeah.
And when you say it saves the data, it's the comparables or?
No, this is just your
This
business
is your
card.
business
This
card.
is a different thing, yeah.
Okay.
It saves your contact information into their phone,
Oh.
directly
okay.
into
Yeah.
their phone, yeah. It's
BLINQ.
BLINQ. And again, it's
.com.
$35. I did it, you can do it on your phone. I'd rather you guys do it on your phone instead of the laptop. Because through your
Yeah.
phone, it's better
Okay.
than your laptop. Because again, these are options for your phone.
So does it show up as an app on there or?
Yeah, Emo, you want to send it to Dave?
No, but I mean, on your phone. So how do you find it? Where
Oh,
do you
yeah, it's an
save it?
app. It's an app.
Shows
So
up
you have to
as an app.
download the app.
Okay.
You download the app, and then once you find it, and then you go through,
See, this is the app right here.
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Okay. So then you push on that and it pops your stuff up and then you can send it to them.
Yes.
There it
Yes.
is, see, and
Cool.
yeah, so it's, we're in a digital
when
world,
you
so,
hit send, it goes to the address or phone number you want it sent.
And they just save it as a contact.
yes. So you can either send it to their text or
See,
email.
it goes
all that.
text, email, copy, either one,
Can you do all three? Or two of them?
one at a time.
Okay.
Here, I just sent you one.
Cool.
So
it
so
really
it's
is.
your digital business card. It's because sometimes you're like, oh, I forgot to give that person my business
Yeah.
card.
Here again, I think for a dinosaur like me with technology, it impresses people, whoa. he
Well, I
knows-
think it impresses-
mean-
It impresses anybody to know, oh, they're up to date. If we're gonna
Yeah.
if we're gonna claim that we are so, we are so social media driven, or we know what we're talking about, this is another tool that we can say, hey, we have the
Yeah.
digital, everything's digital, we are.
Well, you don't have to say that you just sent it to them.
Right,
They
no,
see
but I'm
that you-
saying
yeah.
it shows your client that you guys are really digital,
And we're gonna market their property. that way.
exactly,
Yeah, well,
exactly.
That's the point. I used
That's
to
the
argue
point.
with people, no, 80% of homes sell off of MLS. This advertising in the newspapers are really for the agent, not for the client, yada, yada, but it's not true anymore.
Now it's 90%.
And now
social media.
social media is much stronger than MLS. Or at least as strong. They
But-
find it on MLS a lot of times,
Right.
but see, it's the other social media programs that tag into MLS is where they're really
Right.
pulling it
It's
up.
realtor.com, Zillow, those sort of things, because that's where they can find.
And I can say without a doubt, in the future, those programs are going to become stronger and stronger and stronger and try to take over the real estate market.
Zillow already tried
And
it.
they're already
Yeah.
pushing it, and there are more coming up. So you want to have value as an agent outside of just being with a real estate company.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay, very good. So it's BLINQ.com.
Never got it.
No,
Well,
it's-
I have to-
Oh, you mean the CNA?
Yeah,
Then there's something wrong with your email.
wait a minute, maybe I do now. CD shop.
No.
Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen. So I want Maggie back in here. Okay, so first thing is that I'm still getting leads and texts and things coming through that that have not been marked private. So let me go over this again. So to mark your stuff private, we're in KV Core. In your My Weichert under here.
Yeah, is mine fine?
I know, can you just like?
Okay, so Debbie Enriquez, somebody, yes, I'm okay, so, okay, so if you go to here, go to my profile and then settings, those two on the right should be marked as private.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
I don't know. That's weird.
okay, so we'll find out why that's doing that. It should be doing that. Here's the other thing that I think that would be helpful to do is really your influence is going to be your raving fans, people who know you, like you, and trust you. And that's where we put on there for a week the thing of making 10 phone calls a week to your raving fans or 10 contacts every week for that. So here's what I would recommend doing. Pick one of the statuses: sphere, prospect, new lead, active lead, client, or contract. And maybe you just do it under contract because we're not really using the contract follow through with our with our system. But pick one of the statuses only for your raving fans. And don't have them as sphere, don't have them as prospect, don't have them as client, whatever one you do, just have your raving fans as that. Clear out all the other ones. And this is for statuses to receive calls. So this will be a daily call creation for you. It'll give you a list every day of people to call. Rather than getting 10 or 20 people feeding into your call list every day who you don't know, who aren't friends and fans, just highlight your raving fans, people who know you, like you, and trust you, with just one of those spheres, one of those statuses, and everybody else, nobody else is in there. Then do auto calls each day, put that blue. If you want calls on the weekend, and then here, rather than the number of calls you create, just do it as two a day. So every day it'll give you 2 people who know you, like you, and trust you, that you can call. That's very doable. So let me give you guys examples of why I think this is so important. So I was up in Sonora on Monday showing houses to my clients who are moving up there. So when I was up there, it's like, oh, I wonder if Mike's around. So a friend of mine, Mike Porter, when I used to clean model homes, he was the supervisor for these. So I've talked to him a couple of times, but I haven't seen Mike for like 10 years. So I called up and said, hey, Mike, you still in Sonora? Yeah, I am. I said, hey, I'm up showing houses up here. And he goes, yeah, you must be knocking out the park, because I get stuff from you all the time. So it's giving me the impression that I'm just doing sales like 20 a week, type of a thing from the stuff that he gets. So I said, yeah, I'm up here. He said, yeah, you want to come by? I'd love to see you. I said, great. Yeah, great. That'd be great. And I was just calling just to, see you, because he's a great guy and we enjoy talking. So I said, yeah, I'm showing houses, but I'm available about 3 or 3:30. And he goes, hey, we're moving in April or May. Do you want to sell our house? It's like, okay. So
You're like, nah.
yeah.
Yeah, very similar. I
Yeah.
have too many.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So
You want me to clean it?
yeah. So finish showing the houses, and then went and met with him. So you got to understand, Mike is a phenomenal, he's a phenomenal contractor. So his kitchen, he built all the cabinets. His doors, he built all of those. Everything in there, he built it and did it. So they've got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, and then they've got an ADU unit, which is a 1-bedroom kind of expanded studio type of a thing. Doesn't have a kitchen in it currently, but he can add that in super simply. So all this came about because I called him up and said, hey, Mike, how you doing? I'd love to see you. I'm in the area. I wasn't calling about real estate. I wasn't calling about anything like that. I was simply calling just to somebody who I know and who knows me and likes me and trusts me. Then I had to talk to him, I know. But again, what I'm saying is if you take one of these statuses here and you just identify one of those as purely for your raving fans, and then set this to 2 calls a day during the day, then you're making 2 calls, just 2 calls to people who, and just the first time through, just have conversations, just talk to them, just be friends with them. Now, second one, beginning of the week, I got a call out for in Oakley, somebody had died. So I'm on scene there talking to them, dealing with the family. And then I go outside, a couple of the officers are outside, and they know I'm in real estate. One of them is, I married him and his wife and did pre-marriage counseling for them and for their daughter's marriage. And they had a son-in-law who died in an accident. I did part of the funeral for them. So I've known him for a long time. He lives down in Tracy. So I go outside and they say, how much do you think this house here is worth? Because it's on 1.5 acres or 2 in Oakley. And so we got talking about the value of the house and all that in its present condition. And then so Phil says, well, I'm moving to Arizona and all that. And, I talked to an agent. And I said, what are you talking to their agent for? So he says, do you do Tracy? I said, yes, I do Tracy. So we started talking. So then he said, okay, how much would you charge? It was one of his first questions. And I said, for you, 20%. And he laughed and said, I said, I don't know, we'll work it out. But then we talked about all the things of well, why do I have to pay so much when I'm just, I said, because if I market the property right, I'm going to get you more than the person who just comes in and slams a sign on the ground and that, because of how I'm going to market your property. So we talked about all that. So basically, bottom line is I'm getting the listing. So
Okay, wait, did you say 5% though?
I didn't actually end up saying a number.
What'd you say then?
I said 20% at first.
Is it 20%?
By the way, I really, though I don't make these kind of regular calls but I really believe in this numbers game and knows it works.
Right.
And I have found when I've been poo-pooing it, so I'm now being humble to all of you. I don't like to do that, but I'm going to, is I have had so many people say, oh, you're still working, Emil? I didn't know. I thought you were retired. I would have used you. And I'm going, okay, so we're sending out notes to a lot of people just saying, hi, this is Emil, just updating you. I'm still active,
not
working.
retired.
I'm enjoying being a grandfather. And how are you? Let me know how you're doing too. And so I didn't say anything about wanting to sell your house,
Right.
but I did get real estate in Weichert in part of the
Right.
conversation. And a
He
lot
gets
of,
that a lot.
and I really believe that is one of the better ways to market.
Yep.
Is to just, and when people say, what are you doing? Hey, I'm working for a great company called Weichert.
Right.
And you don't just say I'm selling real estate.
Yep.
Build up the fact that you enjoy the company, you really want we really act, I chose them because, man, do they market a place
Right.
and get top dollar. And then you're not selling yourself, you're selling,
Yep.
it doesn't come on
Everything.
like you're a pots and pan sales.
But again, I'm not asking you to reach out to people you don't know. Reach out to people who you know, and just have a conversation with them, send them notes. But you've got to identify those people and do this as a regular cases, because again, I think the way you should have started your letter is using the Monty Python line. I'm not dead yet.
Well, I said, I keep hearing
Wanted
you're retired,
I said,
and
don't
I
say
thought
that.
I'd better let people know that I'm still not.
Yep.
So, and also I want to piggy on that, which especially with the new agents, because I don't know if you guys have had a listing yet, but so when you have a listing, it is very impressive, and I don't know if you've come across this too, but for me, it was very impressive, when we say we advertise, we're a national company, right? And we're not just doing Zillow and Redfin and the social media that are out there. I was paying my bill one time. I was paying my daughter's water polo bill. And all of a sudden I'm paying, all of a sudden on the bottom, I see Weichert and my listing is coming up and I'm like, whoa, what? Like, I had no idea. So they do advertise in like various,
Everywhere.
various sites. Because another time I was playing word search. I was doing my word search in my phone. And then on the little screen came my listing, another listing that I had. I was like, whoa, I had to take a screenshot of it. That was cool. I'm doing my word search and all of a sudden I see my listing in the corner. I'm like, oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And I took a picture because I show my clients that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine popped up on eBay, remember?
Yeah. It pops up in like the
Yeah,
random
Yeah.
sites where people are there.
Yep.
So we are a national company that we don't just do Redfin social media. We are literally
Yep.
everywhere.
Yeah, and it's gonna get, I can really tell in the way of business is going to get a lot more competitive with those larger companies.
Oh, guess what I heard yesterday, just to fill in on what you're saying, the larger companies. So Loan Depot, did you know that they bought Zillow? Loan Depot bought Zillow, yeah. Loan
Wow.
Depot bought Zillow. And because I had Doug come in, Daly, I don't know, do you remember Doug
I
Daly?
just
He used to be
Maria.
around a long time.
Okay.
ago. Yeah, he came back.
Quick, because we're recording, so I want to get this, and then we can talk inside stuff here. So,
Okay, but it's still.
no, it is important. It is important. So, but what I would say is on statuses to receive calls, I would just pick one of those areas and have that just for your raving fans, and then set this to number here to 2. And each day it'll pop up 2, and then make calls to those people because you already know them. They like you. They trust you. So reach out to them or send them a card, something. But I think if you put it at realistic things, you're going to find success. You can put this at 3 if you are 3 or 4, but I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be. I literally went to a call out and I literally made a phone call to a friend and I picked up 2 listings just from being a person with them. That's what I'm saying. We make this business really complicated. Sometimes it doesn't have to be that complicated. Now, the other thing I want to do, we've talked about landing pages and squeeze pages before. And I'm going to have you guys team up and do some things here. So I'm going to just show you. So under, I lied, it's lead engine. Let's go lead engine, doing a squeeze page. Okay. Select a domain. I'll just do mine and start building. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I want to do a squeeze page. Sorry. I want to do a squeeze page. That's what I want. Oh, no, I want landing page. Sorry, landing page.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm doing a landing page. Okay. So here's what I want to do. But let me give you some suggestions and I'll show you on this of landing pages that will draw in people who are generally truly interested and want to do some business. Okay. So I'm going to do, I've got a choice up here on the top. So I can do lead generation, video view, video lead, text lead. So I'm just going to leave it at lead generation. Okay. Hashtag, I'm going to hashtag this as investors. Okay. Submit text button. So up here, whatever I put in here will change this button down here. This is where they're going to respond to things. I'm going to say for investor help. Yes. So what I put in the top here changes this down here. So I just put for investor help, click here because I'm gonna put together an investor.
We do our own website.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys some ideas. So URL after login, that's where they're gonna go to. I can change the background over here. So I can do. Let me put it to living room.
You guys can do ours. Can they do ours?
I can do kitchen. So I can just change any of these here. I can do income property. I can do that. I can do foreclosure. Again, there's an investor type of thing. So I could change whatever that is for the background there.
Add her own at all or not?
You can. Yeah, you can. It takes a little more work to do that. And if you go here, you can do cut. You can click custom. Look, Allie, down here under the picture thing, you lose custom background, and but you got to make sure it's got the right size to it. Otherwise, it's going to be grainy and it's going to look bad.
I see.
So, but you can do that. Lead type.
Wait, go back to the custom background. Is it a picture or is it a website?
The custom background would be a picture that you choose to put in there that would go into the background.
Oh, that says enter the URL.
The URL address.
So it's got to be a picture that'll pull off of MLS somewhere or off of a site somehow. You can put it on.
Not our own site, not our own picture. I think that's what
You can, but you got to do is you've got to put it onto a like Dropbox or something like that so that it can find that. So and
how is it going to pull from?
or you can do primary MLS image.
Okay.
So you can click on that and probably put that in there. So whatever the main picture is, it'll put it in there.
Okay, so let me see.
Okay.
So it'll pull from whatever that picture is on the MLS.
Whatever the primary picture is, correct.
So I need, the MLS one.
And then lead type, buyer, seller, renter, all that. So in this case, I'm going to do buyer. Okay, now. On all these things here are clickable. So watch this. So I'm going to change this to are you wanting to learn how to invest in real estate? I'll just put RE. That'd be in Oops. Question mark. Okay, whatever I want to do that. So I can put different things in here about investing and how to invest. Okay. Now the URL that I'm gonna put in there is, so let me go back to let me pop up my website. So welcomehomebayarea.com. Okay. So what I'm going to do is when it gets there, so I'm going to under here, I've got solutions. I'm going to put in, I'm going to go to solutions. Okay. Or Dave's discoveries. So what I can do is in there, I can label this blog, I can label this whatever. So in here, I am going to create a new blog. And the new blog is going to be on how to be a flipper, how to be an investor. So I can talk about different types of investing, investing for buy and hold, for rentals, investing for flipping, all that. So I can put all sorts of different things in there. So what I'm going to do is on that thing there, on my landing page, I'm going to put all sorts of things in that's going to attract people to that. And then I'm going to put in, when I put together my blog on investing, I'm going to copy and paste this this page where I put this blog together on there. So it's going to take them when they put in their information, it's going to take them to this blog. And I'm going to have some quality training in there. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably have 2 or 3 things. And then I'll say, for more information, please reach out, please give me a call and then have them call you. So what I'm doing now is I'm finding people who, hey, I want to flip houses, or I want to do.
Are you putting this on Facebook, or are you sending it to all your people?
You can send to your people, you can put it on Facebook, you can, any number of things you can do with that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create something where people are engaging because they're interested in doing this sort of thing. And so what we'll do is I'll do a whole training, a separate training on working with investors and things to do and how to make that work. And there's multiple avenues you can do with investors. So I'll do a separate training apart from our Wednesday or Friday things on working with investors. But you can put it together. You can put a blog here, take them to there, and show them your expertise and your knowledge.
Are we able to change the colors in the font?
Were you talking and what?
Because mine came out really dark. Wiper is gone.
Yeah, so some of the backgrounds, so you want to change where you trying? Oh, the background, yeah, it washes out on some of those.
Wiper to yellow, because all I did is a line, yellow line.
I don't think you can change it.
No?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you can. So that's where you gotta check your background of what's going to help things to stand out. Otherwise, things get washed out. Yeah, it's like the wiper on this one. So, this one, it shows up nice. It's clear.
Yeah, but see how it's black?
Yeah.
That's the issue, that to me, the wiper should have been yellow, in my opinion. Because yellow would have popped out.
Right.
With any background.
The whole logo.
The whole
Yeah,
logo
that's
should
Yeah.
have been yellow.
Or
not-
just have it on like the actual background.
And
It was a White House.
And I can talk to them and see if that's something that we can.
Yeah.
Fix so that it
see,
pops
if
something like
someone
this.
Do any different background, it's gone.
Yep.
All you see is the yellow line and that's it.
So down here, there's email, and phone is optional. So if you want to be not to be optional, up in the top bar here, it says require phone, click on that. And now they got to give email and phone before they click in there. They got to put that information in there to do that. But
What about the check marks where they can click things? Can we add?
you can change any of these.
But will it take them to something? Would we have to put a URL there?
No, this is just information. So you're putting some information on here. Here, you want to learn how to, are you interested in rental properties? Are you interested in flipping properties? Are you interested in long-term hold? Are you
Okay,
interested
then
in?
it doesn't mean that you click, it's just
No.
like that.
Are you interested in 1031 exchanges? So you put things in there that that would be of interest to people who want to invest, not just to buy. Investing could be in, are you interested in, does owning an Airbnb interest you? So you find things that would be areas that investors would be interested in doing, put those in there. And if they are, then they put their name or their email or cell phone, if you want it in there, and they click on there. And then it sends that information to you, and it'll send whatever you've set up here in the URL after login. It'll take them to that site there, and where you can put a blog in. So here's what I'm going to do. So that's a really cool thing to do with there. Now, let's see. So that is the landing pages on there. So here's another thing so maybe I want to do, maybe another approach is with my investing is I want to send them to a specific spot on my website. So watch this. Okay, back to my website. And this will apply to a lot of different areas because I'm going to give you some areas. So maybe where I want to direct them to is on the search place on my website. So watch this. You gonna pay attention? Okay, I'm gonna click on start search. Okay, now watch this. It's not gonna pull everything. It doesn't do that, but it's gonna pull enough stuff that's gonna give them interest. So I'm gonna click more filters. I'm gonna be on single family, and then I'm gonna scroll down here. And right here under general options, I'm gonna hit fixer upper. And now I'm gonna hit Contra Costa. I'm just gonna blanket Contra Costa, okay? I can do a specific city, I can do a bigger area. Something like fixer, I wanna do a big area. Now watch this. I applied the filters. And right now there was more yesterday. There's one that's out there, okay? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this up here, I'm gonna do Control C, and I'm going to put that in my URL here, Control V. So now they put the information in, and then it'll take them, after they put the information in, it's going to take them to that spot. And that spot, every time they do it, it's good. There may be new listings that are there that will pop up that they can do. Okay. So they can keep going back to that spot using that link to go back to that to see new properties. So what I would also do is after they text you, say, hey, here's the link to find fixers on our site here, and these will refresh in Contra Costa County. But you can do it for a city, you can do it for multiple cities, you can do it for an area, you can do different areas, and you could do it for. So here's the things you could do for fixers. Now I'll go back to my website. And I'm gonna hit more filters. And then I'm gonna keep Contra Costa County. I'm gonna take fixer upper off, and I'm gonna do reduced. Okay, where's reduced? Financial options, I can click reduced. Apply the filters. And now it'll pull up in Contra Costa County, all of the properties that have had a price reduction. So maybe I'm doing one tired of competing with other buyers. Here's a list of just reduced prices. And why do they reduce them? Because maybe they started too high and now they're getting realistic, and now might be the time to go in and to look at these properties. So I could do just reduced. I could do adult 55 plus. Go back to the filters, scroll down here, take reduced out, and there's under general options 55 plus. Okay. Here's another thing you can do. Watch this one. Let's see. Bedrooms, bath style, year built. Look at this, 1900 to 1930. So people who are, you could do a whole landing page on people who like, early century properties. Yeah, for a list of Victorian properties that are coming up, you could do it on that. You could do it on acreage. So let me take out my times, go back to any and go back to any, so I don't do that. Now I can go up here, I can go to minimum acres. So let me go 5 acres to 20 acres, and we want single family still. So we want single family. I'm gonna hit apply the filters. Now this is Contra Costa. So here's all the properties that are between 5 and 20 acres. So you could do a landing page on, hey, wanna get away from it all close to home, have some space for, you could put a whole landing page together for that, specific to that, put this into there, and you could, so a fixer, an investor, a reduced, adult 55 plus community, early century, mid-century properties, acreage. You're doing it so somebody who clicks on that is interested in those sort of things. That's a more effective type of lead. So here's what I'll do. We'll do a contest. We'll have Emil and Naomi put one together, and we'll have you 3 put together. Okay.
I did only like yesterday.
Did you? Okay. So you got yours all done?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's.
It's on Facebook.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you guys come up here.
Top real estate with Ali.
Okay, come up here and present your show everybody what you got.
My page.
Yep. And let me
There you are.
pause the share. And there you go. And so let everybody see what you got. And
Wait,
then-
so plug it or?
No, just
Oh,
show-
just show you guys?
yeah.
Okay, so,
But you stand kind of with us.
Oh.
Because there are people will be watching it, so.
okay. Let me see.
So we'll rate it to see.
Oh, okay, I'll show it to you after, Naomi. Or I'll add you to my other one. Let me see. Oh, that'd be nice if I could find it. Okay, so. Okay, so the one I did was check out just listed homes in Oakley. So
Okay.
I did this one. I don't know why it's not showing up. I don't know if it's the internet. Oops, sorry. Wait, hold on. So I'm gonna click on it though. Oh, that's great.
There
Oh,
you go.
okay, so there. So I did just listed in Oakley,
Okay.
and it was 162 homes that were just listed in Oakley on this day when I did it. And so I told the people on Facebook, I was just like, oh, check out the homes just listed in Oakley, 162 just listed. Click on this link.
Okay.
And then it took them to this landing page.
Okay.
So that's the one I did.
So it's a very specific, it's people who are looking for homes. in
Just
Oakley.
listed, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that says page. Okay, so then just go.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's on the business page, but I think it's on the outside, so just-
So, This is the one that I did. I did a new construction home builds in Contra Costa. So you can go on it and then, yeah, you click on it and then it gives you the list of all the newer
So
home
it's new
builds.
construction. Oh, so.
Yeah, new
so
construction.
builders.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so-
builders.
So
But it's fine.
where does it take them to click on it?
It does not take them to my website, sadly. So I guess that's the bad part, but I have a login for another website. It's called New Home Source Builders.
Okay.
So I have like a login and it kind of does the same thing, kind of like KV4, and it tracks it. So if people clicked on it, then it tells me who's
Okay, so
clicked
you've
on it
given
and
them a
stuff.
list of that, they go, this is cool, and they go to New Home Builders Direct, and then you've lost your opportunity. So how are you going to direct them so that you capture them, so that you can go show them the new homes, so that you can sign in on that?
Well, hopefully when they click on it, then I have their information already because this is gonna go into KV4.
Okay.
And then when they click on it, then they have to do a login for my website for that too.
Okay,
So then I'll have all their information, so then I can contact them, but
okay,
I didn't get no clicks.
okay. So if you get clicks though, how you respond to them?
Well, I have a campaign that I made for, like, there's a new construction one that's in there.
Okay.
So I have that dripped for KV Core to go through.
Okay.
And then also just if I looked at the other website, then probably call them, text them or email them,
Okay,
whatever.
so
they give
if
me.
if you call them, what's your message to them of why they should go with you to senior homes when they can just go themselves?
I don't know yet.
Okay, any ideas? Maggie, what would you say to them?
What I say?
So,
Oh, I
so,
tell them, make sure you don't miss out, call Maggie, let me go with you so I can get you a discount.
Yeah,
okay.
so I can get you a discount.
And I wouldn't phrase it as a discount, but I would say is a lot of
Right.
times,
There you
I
go.
would say a lot of times builders will, there's some things that they'll do that as agents, we talk to new builds all the time, that they will do, that they won't do without representation. You may not know of some specials and things that can be done, and that's why you want an agent represent you, because we can help you out to get a better deal, more
To use their
upgrades.
numbers and get around.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. How about you, Maggie, or Nate, what would you say
I lost it.
for the new builders? Of why they should contact you?
You, like you said, but you could say there's a lot of incentives that
Uh-huh.
we know
There
of,
you go, incentive.
and they may not be willing to share with you the incentives, however, we know what they are, we know what we can ask for. So you can get the most out of your buck.
Right, yeah. So, and again, a great idea, but you gotta, you
They have
gotta,
to take you with.
you gotta get back to those that click on it, you gotta get back to them, here's the message and here's why. So, again, really good because you're talking about a specific thing, you're helping out people there, but you gotta have a message back to them. So, okay, Dan, but what?
Or you can also do that presume close. Hey, what days you going? I'll gladly go with you.
Right,
And you just put yourself, insert yourself into it, yeah.
It depends on who they are, but, you know, for me, if it's especially like Christina, because my sister works there, I'm like, oh, my sister works there.
Yeah.
She said, hello,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So-
told me that.
Yeah, I know, and it's funny because I think it was Carla that said she took somebody to Espino and they were like, oh, you didn't come the first time. And
Right.
I don't know how she did it, but she's like, oh, she's like, your sister worked this, so I ended up getting it anyway. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, because you called me on that, so what I do, I said, just,
Okay, cool. I said, then, yeah, I think,
What Veronica and I did is when we were setting up the websites, we actually made, one of them, we made it for new home builds. So they can look at it, but maybe now after Dave saying that, maybe that wasn't a good idea. If they're not being directed back to us.
Correct.
so,
you want to have some way that you're making that contact.
we'll have to think about that.
Here's the other thing, with the people who know you, like you, and trust you, so build a landing page that's interesting. All of your people who are your raving fans, maybe you do 2 a day or 4 a day, maybe you do them all at once. Send them the link to that landing page there that you've set up for, hey, if you're interested in investing, here's some information that'll be helpful for you. Love to help you out with this. If you're looking at buying multifamily properties, here's what to do. If you're interested in adult 55 plus communities, or you've got somebody moving to, we've got some great communities here. Here's a link for that. Use that landing page to text out or email out to people in your database, your raving fans, those people that you've identified, and work that, because they're going to pass your information on to other people more than random people will. So work and you're not even asking them for business. You're saying, hey, I think this might be helpful. If I can help you, or if there's somebody, a family or friend that that I can help them with this, I'd love to do that. And you're giving them something of value. You're not just saying, here's 20 homes, look at that. Here are fixers. Here are for adult 55 plus communities. Here's ranch properties, whatever. And you're adding, so people that are clicking on that are going to be more interested, more likely to be interested, because it's very specified, very specific, rather than, people that are random properties and that the property booths are good. It can get some conversations going with that, but the more specific you can do, and where it's a very specific thing and people respond to that, they're higher likely that they're willing to do something or looking at that sort of thing. You begin to work with them on that. Okay.
We
So
did our MLS.
what?
We did our landing with our MLS. So this is our own
Okay.
listing. Yeah, remember how I said you can add your own MLS
Oh,
number? So I added our MLS number and this is how it
Woo-hoo,
came out.
That's nice.
I'm just gonna go through your Facebook page and copy something.
I don't have a lot.
Okay.
I don't, yeah. I don't have a lot.
So again, I think the landing page is a really good thing, but the more specific where somebody who clicks on it, it's because they're interested and they give that information because they're interested in that sort of a
They know somebody
real
who
estate thing, or they know somebody who wants to do that. So I would, yeah. So what I would do is, and again, when you're all done with it, let me pop this up here. When you're done with it, make sure that you supposedly they save now, but I would still have a sheet that you could save those on there, label those investors, multifamily, 55 plus, save those links so that you can pull those up and use those anytime. You can use them over and over and over again. You don't need to keep recreating these, but I would once a week go through and develop a new specific one and think like people out there. What would interest me? What would I click on that would be helpful? You talked about, and you texted me yesterday about investing. A lot of people are interested in investing. So I would come with maybe multiple investment ones, one for flips, one for rental properties, one for multifamily properties, because there's all sorts of different types of investors out there. So develop 4 or 5 or 6 of those that you can do and start posting those out there. And then every quarter, resend those to your database, because they may have ignored it 6 months ago, but now you send it out to them. And now grandma just died and they got money to invest and now they're interested.
Yeah, so with those, that's why I wanted to learn more about it, because I can put it out there, but if I don't know what to say.
Correct.
Then it's not gonna.
Correct. Well, that's like what Veronica's with her new home thing. Great idea, great setup, but why should they have you go with them? What's the benefit to them when they can just show up and walk in themselves? So what's the benefit to taking Veronica with her? So that's where as you put them together, you gotta, what's your value add that you bring to them? How can you help them with that? So as you think and put these together, what's my value add? And then write down the questions you don't know, and let's sit down and talk about those. So write down the questions you want to know about investing and the different types of investing, and I'll put a whole thing together on that, because it's, I mean, I've helped when in the downturn, myself and my partner at the time, we helped our investors literally make millions of dollars during the downturn. We made millions of dollars for them.
Yeah, and I want to know how involved the agent is in that process.
It can be a little or a lot with my investors. So with my investors, we would research the properties. We do all the research. All they did is they gave us
Cashier's
a
check.
few $1 million in cashier's checks that I would sit out at the courthouse steps and we'd bid on it. And when we got them something, we called and said, hey, we got you something. So we would do all the research. We would buy it. Then we would, if it was a vacant house, we would immediately have our locksmith go out. We'd be there for the lock change. We would meet them out there. We would talk about what they wanted, what needed to be done to rehab it. And then we'd put together a plan to do that. And then we would kind of oversee the rehab of the property with them. We would help manage that process for them. And then we would resell it for them.
Okay, yeah, so I want to learn all those.
Yeah.
things.
It was really fun. It was stressful as hell, but it was really fun.
And it takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you this though, while we made millions of dollars for our investors,
You stayed afloat.
we stayed afloat. And not only to stay afloat, but truthfully, it was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Because here's the thing that also happened is that we were doing this so often, and there's a lot of people out there buying and flipping houses like that. And they would do the lipstick on a pig thing. They would just do poor work. People knew with our investors that our investors didn't cheap it. And so we always had the best buyers because the agents knew that they weren't gonna have to worry about quality or any of those sort of issues because we built a reputation of the quality we were doing. And so we got the best buyers at the best prices because we showed our investors, hey, don't cheap it. You'll make more by doing quality, and they did. And so
And when they rehabbed it, you guys were involved in finding the people to rehab it as well? Or?
some yes, some no.
Okay.
I mean, one of them was a builder and he had his own people. So I didn't define people because he had people. So, and that was part of the reason he's investing is he needed to keep he had good people he didn't want to lose, so he needed to keep them busy.
In a down market, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
The guys that are good people that want to keep their crews, because if they lose them, getting them back is difficult. And so.
Yeah.
That was really good.
The truth is there is no bad market. You just have to figure out what market you're in and how to make it work. So when the market crashed, I mean, I was brand new into the market. We figured out to buy at courthouse steps, and we put a process in place, and we probably did 100 to 150 homes for our investors.
And I did lots of short sales.
Yep. So, yeah.
I did lots of short sales and modifications for free.
But I really want you guys to think through this whole thing with the landing page, because it can be a great tool and be used well, but you got to make it so that people who click on it, they're clicking on it because they're interested. You've got good hooks. And then when you got the hook in them, then what's my message to them? How am I going to help them? What am I going to do? And I think there can be some really valuable ways of using that. But you gotta have it something that value add to it, you know. So 55 fixer ranch properties, all that sort of stuff. You put that together, and then you can use that link over and over and over again. And again, because somebody who 6 months ago weren't thinking about moving, now they think, I'd like some land. I'd like a couple of acres. And now you're sending out this one here. Now they're interested, but it's actually real specific stuff. And so, if they're clicking on it, there's a good interest in it.
Well, not only that, but a lot of times people, they think they want land. Then once they get out and look at the market, they realize, and there's not much available anyway, they realize, I don't really want to live in the country.
Yep.
And then they use you to buy the house.
So here's another one that I would do. I would do up one from 1 acre to 5 acres, bare land. I would put one together there. Ever think of building in the country? I would put that out there. And then when people who clicked on it, then I would say, hey, so you're looking at buying, I'd like to build something. I say, okay, what do you understand about building, on raw land? Well, not really. Okay. So let me just kind of prep you. So say you get the property for 200,000, good deal. You get this nice, 2 acres for 200,000. Okay. Now it's going to cost you about $85,000 to $90,000 for permits. Then you add the school costs in there and police in that, which is going to add another 20 to 30,000. So you're at 200, you're at about 310,000. There's probably if there's no well and septic on there, well is going to be about 30,000. Septic's going to be about 60 right now.
Yeah.
So so now you're 200, you're 300, you're $400,000 in, and you haven't poured a foundation yet. And you know what they're going to say to you?
Forget about it.
They're going to say that's not a good deal. And I never said it was a good deal.
And that's right.
But I want you to be aware of, everybody has this dream of
Owning land.
yeah.
Or you can say you buy a shack. It's
Yeah.
already there. So you
Can
build on
you
the
build
shack.
on
But developing bare land, everybody has this idea that bare land is this, it's going to be great.
So easy to do, yeah.
Developing bare land is for wealthy people.
Yeah.
It's not for the person who thinks they're going to get a better deal.
Yeah.
But you've now engaged them, you've shown your expertise, and you've steered them away from a bad idea for most people. For some it's a good idea, for most people it's a bad idea. And then now you can say, okay, what would you really like for a home? Let's see if we can find something that already exists and go that direction. Again, you're putting something out there. People are, I can't tell you the number of young couples who have wanted to develop bare land. I saw that it was $80,000 for this lot.
Mhm.
And then, okay, and it's in the city limits. Okay, your hookups are going to be about 100,000 for that. Plus you have to run the plumbing. I mean, all this stuff. And they go, well, that's not a good deal. And then you're able to help direct them to good things.
A lot of times, because I do get a lot of calls.
Yes.
On land or even, oh, I want to buy a place because I have a business construction. I'm gonna put my trucks out there and go.
Right.
Yep.
It's ag core. You can't put your trucks.
Yep.
out there.
Yep. So again, and I would develop some like the land that people who click on it, they're never going to buy bare land, but you've now found somebody, you found the diamond in the rough because they have this dream and you're going to crash and burn their dream so that you can actually start working. But if you come to them and say, hey, you know what? I can get you the property, but you have to understand the real costs on this. And they go, oh boy, I'm glad I didn't just jump and buy an $80,000 property. It's now going to cost me $400,000, and then construction is going to cost me another $400. I'm going to be $800,000. I can find something that I would like cheaper than that. Yeah.
So here's the thing, see all those things that and you mentioned,
Yes.
I don't know those things.
Yeah.
That's why you come to me.
Okay. So here's what my challenge is. Here's what my challenge is. Think through. Let me go back here again. Let me share screen.
It comes with, once you get a property to experience.
Okay.
Once you get a property that needs a septic and a well, that's how you start to gain, like, how much is the well.
So here's what I want you guys to do.
Yeah.
Go on your website, onto the search thing here, click the filters, and then look through what are all these different things that we could do here? What would be unique things to put up? Just land, and just put one filter in there, and then say, okay, I could do this. I don't know all this. So now I'm going to develop this page that I want people to click on. Go through, develop your page, put your link in there, have it all set. Then say, hey, I want to go live on this. I want 30 minutes of your time. I want an hour of your time. What do I need to know when people click on this? More than happy to spend the time with you and walk you through that. But dream of things that you could put together here. And then before you go live with it, let's talk all the implications through
The questions they could ask.
that could be asked and do that. So what I want you to do is I want you to dream the dreams. And then before you go live with it, let's talk and we'll figure it out. And we'll answer all those questions. And it's because that's how you learn and get good at that. I appreciate that you guys are starting to think outside the box. That was great outside the box thinking. Now you need to figure out what's my hook. Where do I add value to them? So go through and develop 10 or 20 of these. Yes,
Also.
I will
have
I will
an
stop
old-
recording.
That's a long.
I have an
recording. No one's
old
gonna listen to
saying
that.
that says you only one way to eat an elephant, and that's a bite at a time. And if you get in real estate or any